What's going on YouTube? My name is Diesel and today we are back in Scrap Mechanic. I want to thank everyone for all the love and support on the series. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out my channel ever so much more than you know. I just want to let you know, if you do that, it'll be off the chain. Thank you so much. We're back in Scrap Mechanic. It's been a minute, but I've created something that I think is pretty cool. And I did it for Patreon, Mr. Randy Bennett, because I gotta throw some love. But I've been getting into a lot of things when it comes to trying to build certain themes and things like that. I've decided to go along with a little bit of a what we call dieselpunk. Not steampunk, dieselpunk. It's a real thing, and I found it on Pinterest, where any man goes to find anything he needs in this wackaday world. I checked out Pinterest, and I typed in steampunk, and then I saw something that was rocking out, and it was called dieselpunk. So I typed in dieselpunk, and it came up with this whole bunch of cars. Think about like Fallout 4 mixed in with more apocalypse, give or take. Mad Max meets Fallout 4. We're like just taking a whole bunch of stuff, putting it together, calling it a car, and it looks badass. So I took a design that looked like it was taken off like an old fighter pilot jet or fighter pilot plane. Take you. And I turned it into a car. Think of like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen mixed in with a fighter pilot or like an old fighter plane. We got the RB for Mr. Randy Bennett. Thank you so much for your Patreonage. The link is in the description down below. And I did not forget about the new Patreon that has jumped in yesterday. So thank you once again. You don't need to, but your support is very much appreciated, especially in these YouTube times. Especially in these times of pain when it comes to ad revenue and things like that. But who cares about that right now? Look at this car. It's pretty baller. Let's see here. Bang. Oof. Oof. Lots of bearings. The entire suspension is bearing. This little suspension right here holds everything up. Now this is not my design. The main design that I took this from, it comes from the only El Juco. They know him across the land as El Juco. He made a chassis, and the chassis is it's just straight bearings, son. It's all straight bearings. Kind of give you the gist of what you can do to build. The more bearings that you put into the game, the more lag you're going to get, period. So it is kind of a laggy, a little bit of a problem, but I took this frame and I modified it to fit onto this frame. Now this is awesome. This is pretty okay. It's alright, but it's literally the same thing as the front of this chassis, just it's been elongated for the tires and all that whatnot. Now Diesel, how do you get them glowing tires? Well, I am using a mixture of the Dirt mod and the Legend mod. Now, the Legend mod has a whole bunch of different blocks that are just simply crazy. Some of them I don't even know what they are because a lot of them are in Chinese. But they have like disc brakes, has different kinds of thrusters, has all kinds of different kinds of engines, V6 engine. We have looks like a line 4. It's supposed to be like a line 6, but it's a line 4 conformed to the game. Different kinds of thruster models, flat thruster models, so you can put your spaceships and UFOs and all that fun stuff. Guns, has little Gatling guns, has effects and fireworks to give explosions. Little tiny ones. They're fake explosions, but visually they're okay. They're alright. I'll show you in a second. But these are the additional parts and pieces that you can get with the Legend mod. All these different round johns, different kinds of wheels, and this is what I used for our wheel. It is the medium weight, and then the item hasn't been given a proper description database, but there's all these different hubcaps that can go along with these kinds of wheels, so you can attach hubcaps with just the tires. So that's interesting to me because I can do whatever I please. We've got antennas, and of course we have little head units. I forget what they're called. Ornament pieces. Why is that term eluding me? I don't know. So I took that, put it on the front of there, and then I modified my own little thing just to have the back two tires. Now these are wider versions of the front tires right there. Dropping them in there. The hubcap in there, it seems like it's this is actually kind of like the only one that I could find that looks kind of cool and nifty and spiffy. and kind of like industrial with a little bit of futuristic glow to it. I like it. So I just modified the front part and then added this to my own section so that way I can have double wheels. The suspension in the back is set at 10 because I don't want to give it too much give, because this is going to give it a little bit of give. It's going to give a give. It's going to give some give, and it's going to give it back to us in a big way. So this will give a little bit, but I want it to be stiff to try and keep these two front tires to stay on the ground. Now, there are two bearings in the back here. They're attached to a controller, and this gives it the little bit of camber that you see going on here, so that way it can lift up off the ground and your ride isn't scraping the ground. Underneath it, we got some ground effects here. We got some lights to kind of light up the ground a little bit. We also have 6 thrusters that come out of the pipes, the exhaust pipes. We have a fan that does roll with the second that you start rolling because it's hooked to the engine. There are 2 engines in here. You can open them up, and that's what the V6 looks like. But we got 2 of them Johns in there, baby. So we got V12s. More power. So it's all kinds of fun. There are suspension glitches in here because it's anti-roll. So we have sensors over here that'll, if you get a little bit of a hint that you're kind of tipping in there in the front part, sensors go to this controller, which then goes to a suspension glitch, which is set at 15 degrees going up against the individual sides. So that way, when say I'm rolling to the right, it'll activate the left suspension glitch to then correct me so that I don't have to worry about rolling over. Now, it's not anti-rollover. If you take this into, well, first off, if you take this over into the regular world, into the non-flat world, you're probably going to have a little bit of a hard time because it's a little low to the ground and it's very bumpy. And I tested it and it got stuck a lot. So this is mainly a racer for the salt flats. Got a regular motorcycle seat in here. Oh yeah. Randy Bennett, this is your car, my man. Thank you so much for your patronage. I got you in my sights. 100,000 subscribers. We're so close. We're like 500 subscribers away from 100K, baby. Let's see how this thing rolls. And we off. Both engines are set to 6. As you can see, the fan in the front is rolling, and you don't need to worry about rolling your ride. Now, the second switch doesn't really do anything, but the first switch does do a little something, something. It turns on them thrusters coming out. You can't see it because of the mod. Woo-wee! I'll tell you what. I tell you what. It moves at a proper speed. That is for sure. Are we doing it? The wheels are going a little wonky? Go a little wonky on the wheels? Huh? Do it for the thumbnail. Bang! Awesome! Alright. Alright. Also, there's a light that I have put into the front to kind of add some accenting light. I'm not sure if it's going to get blocked. I just wanted to see if I can have some accent light from the outside. So if you have a night mod going on here, you could probably see a little light coming through. Yeah, you see a little bit of light coming through the fan. Excuse me. I had a little coffee burps. So you'll see a little bit of light coming through the fan. Adding that little extra ambiance to your build. I made it flesh toned along with black. Give a little old retro style to it. I think it looks alright. A little curvatures, just the curves and the lines. I dig it. I dig it. So the next set of builds that I'm going to do in Scrap Mechanic, like I said, this does take me a little bit of time. This took me the original build. I've had some issues with this. I also want to thank Brent. Link is in the description to his YouTube channel down below for helping me, because I loaded this up. I made this on Saturday. I spent 6 hours working on it, and then I saved it, and then as I saved it, it crashed. It crashed my entire game. I was trying to load it into any world, didn't matter. It was crashing my game. So I was getting very upset. I also want to apologize to Axelot Games because I had a few choice words. I was like, fix your game! And they're like, hey man, we're trying! And I'm like, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry, I was frustrated. And you know how it goes in scrap mechanic. If you're a scrapper and something works and then all of a sudden doesn't work, you just start you loke out a little bit. So I apologize to Axelot. But at the same time, the next set of themed builds I'm gonna do. Did I miss a spot? I missed a spot. Well, golly. Here I am thinking I was done. Listen, when it comes to scrap mechanic, you're never done. It's never done. It's like owning a house. You're never ever done fixing something or doing something else to it. You're never ever done. So, this is on the Steam Workshop too if you want to mess around with yourself. Like I said, it's going to require the DERF and the Legend mod in order for you to do that. Good stuff? Good stuff. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. Very good, yes. Now, oh, we're all the way over there. Let's drive on over there. I want to show you guys something cool that you can do with the Legend mod. Now, the Legend mod, I believe, is made by an Asian developer or an Asian creator. I would say Chinese because it looks like it's mostly in Chinese. Most of the parts are in Chinese. So, not that there's anything against that, but we're gonna get rid of this because the world is a little laggy. Ba-bonk. And we'll get rid of you, sir. This is called the dieselpunk car. Go ahead and delete you. So if y'all want to get yourself a little bit... See, this is how many iterations of this. Brent Batch took apart all these pieces and gave them to me. He's like, here's one with no diesel car, no bearings. You got it. This is the dieselpunk car that was a nightmare to try and load up. But this, the dieselpunk car, that is what you can download on the mod shop right now, if you so please. And I do say so please. And I also apologize that this is going to be the only video for the day, probably. More than likely. But let me show y'all something. This is something that can be created inside of the Legend mod. This is made by Eclair. This is all legendary mod parts along with probably a couple little DERF mod parts. This thing is a helicopter and it's baller. The black box is the front seat. And then we have different levels. Let's build this joint. Oh, you, sir, are gorgeous. Now watch when you take it off the lift. You know what the worst part is? This has less lag than my car. Oh, are you serious right now, man? Alright, so let's go into the front seat here. One will lift us up. And now we're in hover mode. What? Two will make you lean back like a Fat Joe song. Lean back. This will make you go forward. WASD will bring you to your knees. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go ahead and we'll tilt it up. And you can just go ahead and spin around, man. Oh, baby. This is super duper nice. Eclair, my man. Not only are you a delicious treat, but you're a fantastic builder, my friend. But that's not even the fun part. What? This isn't the fun part? Oh no. Here, let's kind of level you out here, which 4 will do. 4 and 5 kind of tilt you. But let's go ahead and we'll tilt you forward here a little bit because we have a target. Ready, set. Ah! Ah! I'm a madman! How does he do it? I do not know. Each one of these has a fireworks attached to it in the back. If you look at those guns have those little red things in the back. Those are fireworks from the Legend mod, and I believe those are what causes the explosion that you see, because it's a firework. I'm a madman! That's pretty fantastic, though. I ain't gonna lie. I can't be mad at that. How can you be mad at that? That's awesome. So now I want to lower it down to the ground. Just hit that 1 key, and it will slowly lower you down. I think. We got problems. Mistakes have been made. Quick, back into hover mode. It's a nightmare. Recover. 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 Oh, yeah. Like a bouse. Get me out of this zany, crazy thing. I can't get out. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Very, very cool, Claire. But these are some of the things that you can do with the Legend mod. You can make all kinds of futuristic... Yes, that's, see the Chinese flag right there? You communist... No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. No, but seriously. Chinese flag on the side of it. So, very awesome. Very cool, my man. Let's put you right there and drop you down. So, once again, very, very cool mod. And a very cool creation, Eclair. Must use Legend mod. Yeah, like I said, it has a gyroscopic engine that's on the inside, can flip 360 degrees and hover, automatically balance the fuselage, and hover near the ground. The black box is the front seat. www.awesome.org. Make sure you don't forget the .org for all of your scrap mechanic needs. And I like how it has like the invisible blocks. Kind of brings that back up. You can barely see them. Very, very cool, man. So, folks, if you enjoyed this video, by all means, hit that like button. Helps out my channel ever so much more than you know. And if you like it a whole lot, go ahead, hit subscribe. New videos coming out every single day, every single week, folks. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, good night. Peace out, light, shout, y'all. And I will check you out right here again in Scrap Mechanic next time. Yeehaw!